Recording in progress.
Hi, hello, welcome to the Consularship brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Supreme Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today. I was sent to deliberate the findings for a channeled reading. And I just want to welcome you. If you're returning, welcome back. Thank you for your continued support. If you're actually new here, you belong. Welcome home. It's a delight and an honor and a privilege to serve you. Thank you for allowing me to do so. If anything resonates deeply with you, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. We have this is a little bit of an aggressive reading, and we're back to talking a little bit more about conflict, etc. I'm sorry. There are fluffy, wuffy readings. You just got to check the page, like things are separated into like lists and things of that nature. The overall energy of this reading is going to be the Temperance, the Moon, the Eight of Swords, the overall theme throughout this entire reading consisting of 4 cards. It's the Temperance card, Moon card, Eight of Swords, and the High Priestess. The Temperance card talks about spiritual perfection, things being in alignment, humility. It also talks about it being in a state of healing or something happening at the right time. With the Moon card, it talks about, okay, I'm hearing illusion, delusion, and confusion. Normally that's not the case, but here for some reason it is something that's latent. It's bearing upon us. It just hasn't reached the level of manifestation. It also could be hidden agendas, ulterior motives, even hidden enemies. It's really more about a mystery or the descent into darkness, really to confront what's alive in the subconscious, especially so with the High Priestess here. But the Eight of Swords talks about, rules, restrictions, regulations, or some type of confusion. It would also talk about yielding to some kind of authority, basically of another person, place, or thing, not so much the universe. Now, with the High Priestess here, we're talking about a gracious, exalted influence over an entire cycle. It would talk about wisdom and knowledge. Also, it would talk about trust and closeness. The High Priestess and the Moon talks about the knowledge of a mystery and the keeper of said mystery. The Temperance with the Moon talks about shape-shifting, cloaking of someone's energy. And then with the Eight of Swords, it would talk about some type of energy projection, spiritual manipulation, confirmed by the High Priestess, doubly confirmed by the Moon, triply confirmed by the Moon with the Temperance card, quadruply confirmed by the High Priestess and the Moon, septuply confirmed by the Moon. By the High Priestess and the Temperance card. So we have confirmations on top of confirmations, hidden in confirmations, compounded by confirmations, shrouded in confirmations here. And ultimately what I'm getting is that there is some kind of spiritual manipulation here, some type of energy projection, and it's one that would want us to be bound, constricted. It's trying to either hide itself in our energy or like cloak itself or shapeshift, use our energy to show up in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. It's suppressed in a way with the Four of Cups here and the Sun card here, so it means that there will be some kind of mystery revealed. But right now, it might be melodramatic. We have a pair of 8s already. That's a confirmation. The confirmations, we only have 7 cards out, and already we have 6 confirmations, 7 confirmations. So we have 7 cards out and as many as confirmations, okay? 7 confirmations and as many cards, all right? So now with the Star card, it would talk about our deepest soul need is calling forward. The depths of our soul is emerging. It would also talk about we're sitting in the knowledge of the calling on our life, of the divine mission that we're embarked upon here in the physical. Star card with the Sun card talks about being recognized for our talents, our gifts, our beauty, our abilities, our contribution. High Priestess in the Sun card talks about soul healing, soul retrieval. The Four of Cups in the Sun card literally talk about something coming or being at the threshold. The Four of Cups with the Temperance card talks about tending to the needs of the soul. We've detached and withdrawn in some kind of way. It's doubly confirmed here just by the way of the energy. But then we have the Four of Cups, which means detachment, the Eight of Cups, which means withdrawal. With the Eight of Swords here, I would wonder if Shiva is not far away. The High Priestess would confirm that to me. And then we have also the Rainbow Bridge with the High Priestess, the Temperance, and the Moon. So we got just a few cards. Again, the overall energy for this entire gathering is the Temperance, the Moon, the Eight of Swords, and the High Priestess. Now we have the Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Seven of Cups, with the Queen of Wands. So remember I was saying, illusion, delusion, confusion. It's confirmed here with the Seven of Cups. So illusion means things are not as they appear. False things are appearing. And, objects in the rearview mirror, they appear closer than they are. Objects in the rearview mirror, they appear closer than they are. They are. Delusion means a false narrative, false reality. Confusion means that we're not, what's being put out isn't being picked up. Like something's not being received. There's like a misfire. So we have like a compounded, and it is this type of projection thing as well. There's some kind of projection. The thing that I'm getting, and I'll be right back. So as I said, we have this illusion, delusion, confusion, and also with the Seven of Cups, there could be like a mislabel, a misjudge, a misperceive, a mistake, a misuse. It's ultimately a miscarriage of something. You know, a misconnection even. But with the double eight, it always, unless the wands is there, and even then, it usually means some kind of like projection of energy because the double eight is spell work. Okay, with the moon here, almost always, 99% of the time. And then Eight of Wands, which is not here, or the Seven of Cups, they're both projection cards. Like, that's the thing about baneful magic is oftentimes you project energy from space to space or realm to realm. So there's a lot of projection here. They're wanting to project Eight of Swords, being bound, being constricted, second guessing, being confused. They want to project Eight of Cups, lethargy, being tired, being fed up with something, wanting to leave or abandon. But you see, we're Queen of One star card, so we woke up like this. We woke up like this. We were born this way, and it's lineage too. With the wands, often talk about what's in our bloodline. The cups we talk about what's in our ancestry. It's the same thing, but kind of not, because one is a lineage and one is literally what fathered us. So there's something here that's high and sacred. And see, I look so good tonight. Yeah, so we're highly blessed, favored, chosen, and anointed. We have the Six of Wands here, which is receiving grace. Oh, excuse me, receiving glory. Six of Wands, receiving glory. With the Empress, it's true. Highly blessed, favored, chosen, and anointed. And there might have been some kind of either love spell with the double eight and the seven and the two of cups. Seven and two of cups with any type of eight can mean a love spell, especially if the moon or the high priestess is out. But it also could be, since we have this cloaking thing, moon and the temperance, they could be trying to show up as our soul, two of cups. They could be trying to use our energetic signature to access the divine in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. I don't think that's the case. I mean, I'm not getting all of that. I'm not sensing that, but that kind of is. It's just because they can't get it. Okay. So something needs something from the divine, and they're trying to use our energetic signature to get it. We also have some highly favored chosen status. We have an elite exaltation here with the Six of Wands. Knight of Pentacles, Two of Wands, Three of Swords, King of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Three of Wands. Okay, so a triple three. This is a cabal, a clique, a coven doing it. It's not just one person. It's a grouping. And it can be the expansion of something. It can also be that something's about to come in or manifest for us with this moon and the Two and Three of Wands. Some ship is about to come in. The intention is to block it for us, but that's what's happening to them, to this other side. Do we have another party? Yes, we do, because there's a 7 on the side of other. So ultimately, this is about our ships coming in. Something's on the road towards us. Something's literally making its way through either a couple days ago or in the next couple few days. 3 of Wands, 2 of Wands. On our end, we're aware of some kind of mystery. On this other end, they're trying to cloak themselves or shapeshift into our energy, and they're running into regulations, restrictions. And they're going ham hog, hard headed, and crazy, trying to undo whatever these restrictions are because we place them. But the universe has joined in the party because now we have the Three of Swords, which is universal rules, regulations, restrictions. It literally means terms and conditions. Something can't manifest until something is taken care of. And there's consent with other parties here. We have a 2 and we have a triple 3. So they need our buy-in and they're not going to get it. They're pretending. Or they appear to be with our buy-in, but they don't really have it. Authentically, they don't. Because not only have we withdrawn 8 of Cups, we've detached 4 of Cups. We're not effing with them no more. We're not messing with them no more. We don't fool with them like that. We ain't cool like that. And this, open road is really one of us stepping into higher and higher and higher manifestations. We are a destined caretaker, nurturer. We got that soul that's golden. We're of a highly exalted chosen status. We're well known to the universe, King of Cups, Empress. When we leave the body, we step into a mantle that's very well known, Queen of Wands. We have a name that's still spoken across the surface of the planet today. Knight of Wands. We came here intentionally to be some type of star, public servant, or well known. And with the High Priestess and the Moon card, we are aware of some kind of mystery or some kind of gift or some kind of cycle. This other energy wants to play, wants to join the party, but there, it's not. There's no karmic lessons here for them, like fives, but they're caught up in some kind of way. It's not going to work. Vertex of Abundance is the galactic temple of ascension, delivering sacred messages from behind the veil. If anything resonates deeply with you, go ahead and smash that like button. From Etsy, we'll be deliberating the findings for any type of love or union or false even love. And that's from Pop of Love Oracle by Viva by the Tarot, again over at Etsy. From Los Scarabea, we'll be using the Vita Sibila to correlate or correspond to deliberate any type of correlative or corresponding energies, and that's by Veda Sibylla. It's the daily oracle we'll be using. And then from Ripe Avocado, we'll be using the minor arcana from Cosmic Coven Tarot to deliberate the findings for any type of pairing energy. And that's by Lillian Lazenby. And by Liminal 11, we'll be using This Might Hurt Tarot to impose the guidance. That's the basis of the reading here. And that's by Isabella Rotman. So I'm going to jump straight to the pairings. We have a triple three here. So triple three means cliques, covens, cabals. A double three would mean collaboration, cooperation, co-creation. It's confirmed a cabal here with the Three of Pentacles, and it's to sow seeds of discord, to separate or triangulate or hem up. So a Three of Swords means to suspend, a Five of Swords means to revoke, a Ten of Swords means to cancel. So they're trying to suspend some type of love that might be on the way, or authentic movement of genuineness, sincerity, authenticity. So they're trying to either block who's coming towards us or block us from becoming who we truly are supposed to be, because this fell out face down, which means it's the other side. It can also mean that they're trying to access our soul in some kind of way. Pardon me for just a second. Yeah, and it is some type of collective. Three of Three of Cups here. But you see, we're really in a position of great authority. This means the supreme authority. And the collective energy here is that they got to accept defeat. That's part of what's difficult. They're not able to do that. Something's no longer working that used to be working. They might also be trying to feign some type of spiritual union, which is unauthorized. And that is true. They're trying to get some type of spiritual union off the ground on the way. It's not working. So I rebuke, I revoke, I rescind, I reject, I repel, I reverse. I cancel all cords, all contracts, all agreements, all compacts, all unauthorized timelines and assignments and agreements and unions in this time, space, realm, dimension, and the next, and the spirit and the flesh. Ho'onoponopono, hello le dulo, hello le du. Hello le dulo, hello le dulo, hello le du. Yeah, I rebuke, I revoke, I rescind, I reject, I repel, I reverse. I rebuke, I revoke, I rescind, I repel, I reject, I reverse. I rebuke, I revoke, I rescind, I repel, I reject, I reverse. All compacts, all agreements, all ties, all cords, all unions in this lifetime and the next, in the spirit and in the flesh. Yeah, they want some type of union. Excuse me, Four of Wands. Excuse me, I had to let that out. Pardon me, darling. I couldn't do that. No, thank you. That was just a big no-no. So Chandi, the priestess kitty, she doesn't pace. She's Bobcat. She just sits there with her big eyes, but she's pacing. Something's agitating her. I don't know what it is. Something's agitating her. I'm getting a little bit strange energy. Something's pulling at my lower chakras. It wants to get in there and get a barb or a cord or something of that nature. Yeah, so the thing about it is that they need us to yield to some changes so that they can strip something because or harvest something, because we've turned our back to whatever type of union. And on earth, they're appearing as our wife. Spiritually, they've done some type of unauthorized union. And it doesn't matter if they're male, female. We could even be same gender identified or assigned here upon the earth. In the spirit, there's something going on that's hinky. They've hit some type of terms and condition, which until we were unknown, like if we were unknowing about this, it would work. But since we're in our energy and our Power Queen of Wands Empress card, they don't have our consent anymore. They don't have our assent, our consent, our cooperation, our agreement. And they're continuing because at a time other than now, they used to be able to go in very easily, Three of Wands, and gather up our energy, Temperance with the Moon card. They used to be able to go in at another time quite easily, Three of Wands, and partition here or there, hitherto or there too far, and collect and gather up our energy. It's not working. So they're sitting there acting like they're able to speak over Lord, over preside over King of Pentacles, to be able to direct, so on and so forth. Three of Pentacles, that they're able to be the leader or the chairman or the project lead of our energy, divvying up and dividing. Three of Pentacles, but that's a no. There's been a block. There's some terms and conditions placed on this Three of Swords, and the energy that needs to yield to is this side, this other side, and who they are yielding to is us, Empress. Okay, so that's the problem, and we need to continue to rebuke, to revoke, to rescind, to repel, to reject, to reverse. It's 6 of them: rebuke, reject, rescind, repel, revoke, reverse. Okay, take a moment and write that down. I rescind, I rebuke, I repel, I reject, I revoke, I reverse. Do not say the words. Do not say the words. Return to sender. Do not say those words. Because it's not about doing that energy, that activity that I just said, return to sender. It's more about letting it flow to its highest vibrational outcome, or letting it return to its origin. And do not say that. Just I reverse. This is not what I want here. You can also say, may the oppositional and adversarial energy projected towards me and my God sovereign free self be benevolently and perpetually transmuted into my higher vibrational manifestations. May the oppositional and adversarial energy projected towards me and my God sovereign free self be benevolently and perpetually transmuted towards my higher manifestations. You can also say that, but I like the I rebuke, I reject, I rescind, I revoke, I repel, I reverse. I like that because it puts something in the record to say, like, hey, because one person just hating is different than somebody doing this maladaptive, idiosyncratic, pernicious, malicious, malignant, malevolent, pervasive activity. That's something on a whole other level. Capiche? Like this little chiquiti, this little, okay, pinche cabrona, this little is going in there doing some kind of unauthorized union. There's a cord because the attempt is to bind. The only reason that it's not working is because we already put a little note in the system. So imagine somebody trying to go and use our credit, but we froze our credit report. Imagine somebody trying to go and hack into our bank account, but we put a fraud alert. Imagine somebody trying to take credit for our work, but we already registered a trademark. That's what this kind of thing is, but spiritually. Come on, baby. But spiritually, okay? So let me run through usually we do the corresponding energy first, but we're going to do the pairings today. We have excuse me, madam. No, thank you. Let's see this pair of twos. There's a seat under the table here, so that's where she's hiding. We have a pair of twos, which means a union. Oh, sweetheart. Papa's working. Let Papa work, honey, okay? So a pair of twos means like a partnership, versus a union, that would be a pair of aces. So we have the 10 of cups here. And see, the other side is projecting it. They need things to pull and to pull from. They need multiple options. Baba is working, honey. Okay. They need multiple options. They're running out of time. They're running out of options. The thing is, we've left the party. We've gotten up from the table. We've left the chat. And so there's sterility and severity involved in the situation. And what it is that we're not cooperating. King of Swords is the block. So is the Emperor usually. The Emperor says yes, the Emperor says no. Unless the Eight of Swords is present, then the Empress is also saying no. It could also be the 2 or 3 of Swords. We have the 3 and the Eight of Swords with the Empress that's a no. Usually, though, for the students, Empress says yes, Emperor says no. King of Swords is a no as well. So we're not cooperating. 3 of Pentacles, King of Swords. It's a no. That's a no. I'm hearing that song. If I ever misrepresented my self-image, then I'm sorry. I was oh so acquiescent, but I learned my lesson, and I'm sorry. Yeah, there's the 2 of Swords. Their road is closed. There's nothing more they can do, and they're trying to figure it out. Boom, 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 it's all out in the open. Okay, so we're doing this pair of 8s here. 8 of Swords. So it's wrapped. They're confused. They're bound in some kind of way to rule, regulation, restriction. They've been wrangled down, restrained in some kind of way, shape, form, or another because of a trespass. They're trespassing against us. Um, this is what that is here because they're trying to summons or call something in. And literally, they went in and did a fact finding mission. They butted up to us to see if they could slowly but surely wreak havoc upon our destiny here. We have a destined station, some kind of duty. Is this 4 of Cups with the Moon card? Yeah, this is a cabal, and they use kind of block, but I'm catching that they're doing more than that. They're not just trying to block. It's almost like because I'm not getting swapping either. It's almost like they want some access to whatever our destiny is. Here, Letrato and Malinconia, there's been too many delays to what they're trying to accomplish because we're just starting to take our power into our hands. Giovanni Fanciulla means the virgin, which doesn't always mean chase. It could mean that they're new. It's something that they haven't done before, or that they're independent. It's something that they actually own. See, a virgin woman back in the olden day did not talk about somebody that was, chaste or celibate. It talked about someone who didn't need a man. They didn't need a daddy, a brother, a husband to pay their way through life. They had a trust or some type of estate. Does that make sense? It also means that they're new, that they're just starting off, that they've reached the age of maturity. They've had their cotillion, their debutante, their debut. I want to know what this 4 and 8 of Cups is. This withdrawal and detachment. Yeah, so there's a racket here. There's something hiding in secret. Yeah, malignant, malevolent. Yeah, so the thing about it is access. They need access and alegria. So it's something that's not their own. They need our energy. We're supplied to somebody. Boom, 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 it's all out in the open. I need to know what this 4 of Cups and the High Priestess is. La donna di servizio. Servizio means that it's work. So how some people take kindness for weakness, or they take the fact that we're nice to them, that we like them, or that we want to buy into whatever narrative or fantasy that they have. There is an illusion, delusion, confusion here. 7 of Cups with the Moon, but it's intentional. So they're running out of time, and they also thought they would be able to, do the thing. They had some kind of strategy, some kind of long con, but they didn't act quickly enough because we wised up too quickly, is what I'm getting. Yeah, and so that's creating a little bit of a problem for them. I need to know what this Queen of Wands with the Empress is, because it's talking about, yeah, so it's a wrap because we matured. The time for them to do something bad or harmful to us was when we were ignorant or immature or we didn't know any better. But you see, now the gig is up. Now that they're harming themselves, they're not harming us. It's a wrap for you, baby. There's some type of manifestation here with the sun. I'm looking at the sun and the moon here. It's the mystery being revealed. So what's happening is that they were pretending, whoever this energy is, they were pretending to be kind and a good source, but really behind the scenes, they were coordinating some type of something based off ego. They took us to be a fool or an easy mark. We had a double king here that I never clarified. Yeah, so we've detached something's at the threshold here as well. We're lukewarm, tepid, and placid. We're warm, we're cold blooded to them. We don't actually give them anything. So they're making a mountain out of a molehill or taking a mile when we're barely giving them a centimeter. Yeah, centimeter. So again, with the projection, it's like a cabal. So a cabal can simply be like a small coven with big energy. Like they usually all got initiated in the spirit to some type of lower vibrational entity. They're all been scratched by the same little demon or something like that. Um, because they're used to doing big business here with the King of Pentacles, but for whatever reason, it's not working. We're too powerful, or we're natural born. So like their little game don't work because we didn't go to the devil to get our magic. Our gift was given to us by the divine. And I just heard something. The word that I heard was state player. So um, they doing the most, but see, we do big business effortlessly, and they have to go all the way up out of their way to do any kind of little big whoop to do, and we do it as a normal matter. Like we have a burp, and it can blow them into another dimension, you know. But they're gonna keep coming back and keep coming back and keep coming back. That's just the thing that I'm getting here. So I don't know. These negative readings are kind of getting on my. They're wearing on me. Let's put it that way. Um, and so like they'll have a day or two or a week or two of like devastation and crestfallen, and then they come back all hopeful, trying to try again. So I don't know what this topsy turvy, ring around the rosy is, because it's like they're hot, cold, yes, no, in, out, up, down, and it's like you go ham hog hard headed and crazy trying to destroy me, and then when you realize that I'm indefeatable, unfatigable, then infatigable, then you kind of do the little niceness thing, and it's not showing us inauthentic, but it is showing us fake, and it's like a facade or an illusion. So that's interesting. We need to pull some other cards here because they're showing up with love, but it doesn't feel authentic. Is this love or just a curse? Do you feel good when I heard I need your heart to open up? Is this love or is this just my luck? This thing you put on me has got me so confused. Oh, it's annoying. I hate when cards fall to the ground. But what falls to the floor coming to the door? Bombastic God. Okay, so Tower, El Torre. Changes that are difficult but necessary to growth. Moments in life that pushes us to be better and to do better because we deserve better. I feel my life is falling apart and being pulled apart. No matter what I try to build, things keep crumbling all around me. I wish you were here to help. You were the only thing solid in my life. Well, we had a union in the past. We were bonded in the past, but we had to withdraw, no, to detach because he wasn't doing the thing. See, the thing is, like, this is an obsession. And Fatula, they could have been real about it, but instead they wanted to be hard headed. They wanted to act on their own, or they wanted to be a cowboy or cowgirl. And all we're doing is aligning deeper and deeper and deeper into ourselves. And for whatever reason, that's destroying their little plan. That means it's fake. Because something divinely ordained wouldn't be like that. Yeah, it's okay. It could be caught up because we're both having our own individual human experience. But um, I wanted to know what this King of Cups and Two of Cups is. They need us to give them some type of leg up or energy. I'm hoping that we get some kind of niggle in our skill where we think we like them or want them or not. It's not going to happen. They're hoping they can find a way to keep us arrow, but they can't bring the thunder. They're losing power because of they're losing energy because we're not giving to this. And they needed us stuck in a sunken place, Four of Cups, and it's getting pretty dire for them, and it's going to keep like that. We ensure that it'll stay like that. Three of Swords here, Three of Swords here. It's not going to change. It's not going to end. We still got to pull my cards, darling. I'm sorry. Bombastic love is life in this game of baby. Yeah, yeah. Ooh, you, you. Think that. Oh. Yeah, I'm not that innocent. Okay, so there's abuse here. Child nature, any type of child, it means there's been abuse from the other side because, yeah, tendency to abuse animals, people, the environment. Now, abuse doesn't always mean like intentional harm. It could mean that something's gone too heavy. Abuse could be anything that's going past the normal parameter and it's at risk of becoming harmful. Because there's some kind of delusion here. There really is. And this is prostitute energy. So they're placing their everything over security or pleasure in the right now. That means they can't lean into discomfort. They can't have a moment of austerity. They can't take the harder ride over the easier round. Um, Places material considerations to security above self empowerment. So they're out there trying to survive, but they're giving away their soul. They're giving away the power of their own spirit. They're giving away their everything for whatever they can get in the right now. I know when we say the word prostitute, we think of a harlot or somebody on the street, and I have nothing against sex workers. Okay, you gotta go. I'm sorry. Um, it's just more like, so when I use that word, it's not what I mean traditionally. It's not dictionary version. You know, the people that sell their soul, that's what this means. That's the definition in this deck, at least, of prostitutione. It's not the sex work itself, it's the selling of the soul. Because of some kind of energy where they use other people or other information for gain, and they also try to spread falsehood. So one thing that I was getting is that before it was the Seven of Swords, but now it's the Seven of Cups, and I didn't understand what that meant. But I'm being told right now that their lives are being exposed. Now we are the martyr energy, so we're being used in some kind of way. But we're not addicted to self-pity. I also think that they were hoping that we would kind of be down in the drums or something of that nature, and it's not what's going on. It's not what we did. They have some kind of destructive allegiance, and that's part of their issue. So it's been a delight and an honor and a privilege to serve. Thank you for allowing me the pleasure to do so. This has been a reading about some energy, entity, ideology that has been trying to cloak itself in our energy for some time, trying to mask themselves and our energetic signature, some type of shape shifting. And we've moved into quarantine, stasis. We're healing from this. It used to be an active wound, an active trauma, and now it's just a healing trauma. We've moved on, moved forward from this, and we're working things out, letting things align as they do. But we also need to just accept a moment of truth, some starkness, to know that we were either victimized or harmed or abused in some kind of way, and to move on, to move forward from that. We do need to acknowledge and accept what happened. For some of us, it's accepting defeat, at least for a moment. For some of us, it's acknowledging that we're disappointed, and that's how the energy is going to dissipate. Because now we should be aware when anything's kind of pulling on our energy, when our left ear is going crazy with the vibration, that it's really more of some type of interference, potential interference in there trying to do something, but we're not going to allow it. We're disallowing it for whatever reason. And that's fine. We don't need to allow nothing for any reason. That our union is with the divine, and we'll know because of our spiritual practice when something is in alignment for us. It won't be difficult, it won't be confusing, and we won't need to do all the things. If that makes sense. We won't need to do all the things that are out of alignment with our energy signature or our frequency vibration. I just want to say a quick prayer for all those still lost out there to illusion, confusion, delusion, lost in the seas of time, trapped somewhere in the matrix, yet to heal, yet to awaken, yet to return to the resplendent grace of the unconditional oneness and universal oneness and unconditional love of the divine. Ha'anapana, we love you. We're sorry. Please forgive us. Thank you. We pray that your steps are ordered, your path illuminated, and that you find salvation and redemption in this lifetime. May we be healthy. May we be whole. May we be at peace. May we receive everything we ever wanted, starting in what we deserve. Until we meet again, until we read again. Namaste, Dandava, and Ashe. Sayonara, that's Vidanya, Vida Zane. Go ahead and smash that like button. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.